Welcome, BSSD students and Greater YouTube. Today we're going to go over some wood joining techniques that you can use on your box project. Link to that down in the description below. Let's not dally. Time to put on some PPE. And let's go. Before I get started, I need to chop and slide my way to a pile of boards to demo these different techniques. Plenty of scrap wood from the new facility project to burn through. Then I was able to quickly glue up and clamp a 45-degree miter butt joint and a super easy 90-degree butt joint. When gluing, you want to smooth out a nice layer of glue on one of the sides. Then, to add a little strength, you can, as I did here, pop a couple finish nails into either of these joints. To finish, just add a little wood filler to those holes before sanding and you'll barely know they're there. Next up are pocket holes with screws. You need to measure a couple even locations on the board for your screw locations and extend the line so you can see them when lining up the jig. Put the board in the jig, lining up the first and then second lines, drilling your pocket holes. It's important to set the depth of the bit, the collar that goes on the bit, so you don't drill through your board. It's marked on there for your board thickness where to put it. Glue and clamp as with the 90-degree butt joint. Once done, just add a couple screws, and once tight, you can even remove those clamps. You then glue in some plugs to fill in the pockets. Finally, sand those plugs down flat with the wood for a nice finish. I did these as inside pockets, but you can do outside pockets as well. The outside ones are stronger, but the plugs then are visible on the outside. Another great option to use is the domino joiner. I've already detailed the process in the box video, so check out that video to see how it's done. Finally, the fanciest of all, the spline method. In order to make this work, I first had to make a jig so you can cut your 45-degree miter joined boards on their edge. So it was back to the table saw to make the boards I'd need for the jig. Then some assembly was required and countersunk holes and some screws to create a sleeve that would slide smoothly over the table saw's fence. Then I repeated the drilling and driving, attaching a taller board to create a nice fence on this slide. Finally, I taped on some guides to hold my project on its edge. Using double-sided carpet tape here allows you to move these if the thickness of your board changes. Here is it holding my corner as designed. Don't worry, you can borrow my jig if you want to go this route. With the jig built, I cut 2 slots the width of a saw blade. This is called the kerf, which is typically 1/8 of an inch. I made equidistant marks like I did for the pocket holes. Made sure the blade would cut most of the way through, but not all the way through the corner, and sliced away. Then I sliced off a piece of walnut I brought in from home, just slightly undersized to the slots I had just cut. I think it looks great to use a different type of wood so these splines stand out. I jumped over to the bandsaw to slice it in two. Then it's just a matter of gluing the splines into place. Once that glue dries, you can take the Japanese saw, remove the excess spline material, and then finally sand them flush. Lots you can do here with different thickness splines. So many more joints for another time. So there you have it. 5 ways to join your pieces into a box. I'm excited to see these projects come together. Till next time, good luck with your project.